So my story starts in 2012, roughly on an October night, and I'm working haunt as a priestess in delirium. So as I'm working, I'm going around and I'm scaring people. I'm one of the people, you don't actually think works haunt, but I do. So I've got face makeup on and I take a completely different stance as a person. I go on break at roughly 11. And I have a text from my dad saying, hey, when you get home, we really need to talk. So the first thing that starts going through my head is, okay, I did all my chores, I haven't done anything to get in trouble, and I'm pretty much in the clear as far as I know. So I kind of just brush it off and go back to work, continue scaring people. It's not until I take my last break at 1 that it starts to hit me. What is so important that he needs to talk to me as soon as I get home from work at 3? So I'm sitting there and I'm just sitting with my coworker Matt, and I show him and I'm like, Matt, am I going crazy? Am I just being insane, or does something really seem off? And he goes, your head's just in the way, you're just overthinking it. So I go and I finish my night off, and we're getting ready to head to the car at roughly around 2:35. So I get another text from my dad saying, I'll see you in roughly 40 minutes, but if I'm asleep, wake me up. So that brings back all my fears, and they're flooding, and I'm just like, what is so important that he needs to talk to me right away, and if he's asleep, to wake him up? So as I'm driving, I'm freaking out, and I'm just like, what is it, what could happen that's so wrong that he needs to talk to me right now? I get home and he's sitting on the couch and he's just kind of like fidgeting with his hands, looking down. So immediately I know something must be up. I sit down and I ask him, well, Dad, what is it? What did we need to talk about? For about 5 minutes, he just sits there. And then finally he looks at me. He goes, I know this is going to come as a shock, but I need to tell you. Kirsten, I have terminal bone marrow cancer. And at first, I can't even find the words to say. I start shaking, probably like I am now, and tears just start welling into my eyes. And it's for about 15 minutes that I just sit there in complete silence, not even having the audacity to look him in the eye. And then finally it hits me. Every question that could possibly be asked of someone with cancer starts coming out of my mind. And the first thing I ask him is, when did you find out? And he's like, I've known since our divorce finalized. It's 2012, their divorce finalized in 2011. That's 1 year that he's hid from me, that he's had terminal bone marrow cancer. 1 year that I could have been making peace and letting this, affect me in a way that I would have been comfortable with. And then the next thing I ask is, well, how many years do you have? How many did they give you? He said they gave me 3. It's 2012. He found out in 2011. That's a year out of 3 that I didn't have to make the best of what I could with how he was. So now it's 2013, haunt's starting again, and my dad right now, we're not sure is going to make it to Christmas time even. The treatment he needs is intensive chemo, and we can't afford it. So my speech is basically about the worst day of my life, finding out my dad has cancer, and now I spend every day making the best of what I can with him. I have my son, he's roughly 1.5 years, and I'm afraid that he won't remember his grandpa. So the other day, we were actually talking about it and making plans, and he goes, I don't want anyone to know when it happens. I'm gonna leave. And he tells me the last time that I saw him that he's leaving this Tuesday for Arizona. And I have a feeling he's not coming back. And that's basically the worst day of my life.